Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, scream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Geekenders.
Yeah, I told you it doesn't matter.
Hello.
Welcome to Geekenders. It's the quarterly Crendor.
Oh boy.
What's up, everybody?
Oh boy.
Your taxes are due.
Your taxes are due, everybody.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
That's the.
I didn't know this was happening today. I'll be honest.
I know. Crendor was like, let me know when I could come on. And I was like, do you want to be a jump scare and just come on tomorrow? And he said, sure.
This ruined my whole bit. I was going to do a whole thing about like, where's Crendor right now? And how come there's a Chicago Pope? What's that about? Is Crendor the Pope? I was going to have a whole thing. I was like, you never see Pope Bob and Crendor in the same place at the same time. It was going to be a thing. And now he's here, and that he's clearly not the Pope.
Right.
I'm glad I can ruin your bid.
I wrote down in my notes, in my like notes app, that potentially you were going to make a joke today along the lines of, when I said we should start bringing back old guests, this was not what I meant.
No, it's definitely what I meant. No, this is Crendor's a solid guest. Yeah, the kids eat it up. They love a good Crendor. Oh, so yeah.
Yeah. Kids love it.
Crendor, do you want to tell me who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I'd love to do
you want to do a proper intro for the first time ever? Who are you, Crendor?
I thought I did a proper intro last time. Didn't I?
Most likely not. We have a really bad win rate on that.
I'm pretty sure we did like a whole segment where you were like, pretend like you don't know me and I don't know you.
Oh my God, was that, like, did we do that?
Was that a thing we did? Because I
feel like it was. But
well, if it was, what if we reenact it right now? Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Describe yourself.
Who am I? Who are any of us, really, at the end of the day? I could be the Pope. I could be a figment of your imagination. I could be Crendor, person that makes videos online at youtube.com/Crendor about pointless World of Warcraft stuff. I could be a guy that streams on Twitch and asks for your Twitch primes. I could be a guy that goes on a podcast.
Yeah, he's not said he's not the Pope.
It's true.
Yeah. Pope Garfield the First. We'll call him
Cox and Crendor.
Pope Chicago.
Pope Chicago?
Yeah.
Pope Chicago Adipodis Pizza is his full name.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Hold on now. Agreed.
Now, first off, okay, everyone just keeps being like, it's the Chicago Pope, but like, I don't know why people care so much.
It's the first American Pope, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that why people are acting cray-cray?
Yeah, but they're not saying the American Pope. They're saying specifically the Chicago Pope.
That's because it's funnier.
Right. Chicago's just funnier.
Not just American. He's from Chicago, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Here's my
problem.
And
he loves Da Bears, right? Right? And he loves the deep dish pizza.
He probably puts chili on his spaghettis, you know?
No, he's not the Cincinnati Pope.
Yeah.
He's not the Cincinnati Pope. He's the Chicago Pope.
I got them mixed up.
By the way, the Cincinnati
he's putting chilies and neon green relish on his hot dogs. That's different. That's different. It's a different experience.
Yeah, no ketchup on there. Yeah, Cincinnati Pope. You don't want that guy.
Cincinnati Pope.
Why not? Where's Cincinnati?
No, you don't want that guy.
Making weird spaghetti.
Yeah.
That's already terrible.
Yeah, can you imagine the Cincinnati Pope in Rome? Like, fellas, I don't know why it sounds like this. Fellas, I'm gonna make you a Cincinnati spaghetti. And they're like, oh, Papa Tony, we're so happy you make us this Cincinnati spaghetti. And then he makes it, and they're like, oh, what the fuck is this? And he's like, that's a slurry of a meat. And I put in, it's kind of a sweet meat, and I put it on the top of the chili with a pile of cheese and some onion, and it's so delicious. And then they'll be like, no, excommunicado, and that'll be it. Then he's gone.
I think that happened in the Middle Ages once.
This is reminding me, are you guys ever recommended those videos by they're like these Italian brothers that stitch people that are making different pasta dishes and whether or not like they're doing things that are considered sacrilegious to Italian cooks?
Never.
How?
No.
Really?
No.
God, I get recommended those videos all the damn time.
No, there's only one video I get recommended.
algorithm. It's going to be that Cajun chef
It's the
guy.
Cajun guy. I love the Cajun guy.
Who's the
like,
Cajun guy?
He's like, all right, bro, we got to come on out there. Got to 14 pound Creole jambalaya. We get over here, dude. We got this. I'm gonna heat it up, dude. Dude, we gotta heat it up. It's 500 gallons of sweet. Got some of that sweet beer on there, dude. I love this man. I don't know what he's saying half the time, and he keeps trying to advertise what I think is his business. Doesn't matter. I love this guy. He's my favorite guy on TikTok. He's like, okay, dude, we gotta go over here, dude. We gotta do. Oh, it's so good. I love him. I love him.
I feel like this says a lot about the algorithm and knowing us because I
Maybe.
get recommended all the time a guy that I always watch and he goes, hey, everybody, hi. Today I'm walking down the street and there's a rock and it's laying in the street. And I went to pick up the rock, but my shoes kicked another rock into the street. Now there's multiple rocks in the street. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I have to pump gas at the gas station. But I think I'll pick up this rock.
Are we just recommended videos by ourselves? Is that what I'm learning?
Yeah, it's.
We're just being recommended videos by alternate universe versions of ourselves.
I mean, the algorithms are evil, but like, they're right.
I don't think it's that complicated. It just shows you stuff, and then it sees what you watch the most, and then it shows you more of that. And then you go, wow, I keep getting these videos. Well, yeah, because you keep watching them.
Wow, the algorithm.
Like, I probably get
so
something someone else watches. They're like, I can't stop watching this. And I go, skip. And I never see it again. That's it.
Bro, there's a lady. No, I cannot figure out how to block YouTube Shorts by someone. I need to just look it up because.
What did they do to you?
Dude.
Yeah, hold on. Wait, what?
I don't know how in depth I want to describe these videos because I really don't want people going to this girl's channel and being like, I was watching Geekenders and one of the hosts hates you.
Hold on.
TikTok Crendor, honestly. TikTok Crendor's got it all.
I will soften the blow for you. So the anger will come at me instead. There was a couple, I think they're two German people. They did the same dance across maybe 100 TikToks and it drove me crazy and I hate them. I genuinely hate them. They gamed the system and it was the same dance. They just would put on different outfits and do the same damn dance. And I was like, this sucks. Anyway, softened blow. Please go.
There's a girl who does baking content and every video starts like this. Are you ready? She has a bowl and she hops in from off screen, goes, hey, we're gonna make some bread. Every single video starts that way, and I never find out how the bread looks. I bet it looks amazing, but I hate that intro so goddamn much that I've actively tried to block her.
Is it because you just don't like the way she says it?
I hate it. I hate the way she pops in. I hate the way she stares down the lens, and I hate the way she says it. I hate everything about the intro to these videos, and every single video is exactly the same. And I want to block her, and YouTube won't let me.
I wonder if
I hate it.
We could have her on and then show her your hey guys, it's coffee time, which I think might be
More
the
people
same
should have
wavelength.
blocked me for that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, I
curious.
think that there's probably people that feel that same way about us. Where I'm just like, it's Crendor. They're like, God, I wish I could just block this fucking guy.
God, does this man do anything but clap? Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, it's funny you said that. I found the old Dodger wig.
Yes.
It was
That is the rattiest looking wig I've ever seen. That wig
It's beautiful.
looks a mess, dude.
I'll have you know, this is a classic Franco-American novelty. Dude, it's got a little like Franco. I don't even know if you can see it. It's got a little like rabbit. It's like a rabbit in a hat. Oh,
You gotta comb that hair, dude. That hair is funky.
Look at that. It's a little monkey pulling a rabbit out of a
It's
hat.
hard to maintain a wig. Actually, is it synthetic? I assume that is
Yes.
not human
It
hair.
says synthetic.
No,
It
you know
says
what'll go
human
a
hair,
really
real.
long way? Just
There you go.
dunking it in some hot water and then leaving it to dry
I'm not gonna do
would
that.
go miles.
Honestly, the thing was like back when I used to be like, hey guys, it's coffee time. I had like no hair. Now I have hair, so it just blends together and makes me look like I'm a crazy.
Is that blending?
Like
Yeah, is
crazier
it
person.
blending?
Well, it's
I don't know if blending's the right
you
word.
have my hair, right? You have my hair, and then
Sure.
you're just like, you know.
And then it's seamless. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't even tell. It's like it's my other hair's in the shadows, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I found that. But besides the point, so this is why the Chicago Pope doesn't matter, okay?
Right. Go for it.
So-
Yeah, sure.
He's gonna people are just gonna start out being like, yeah, the Pope's cool, whatever. But if he does something crazy or bad, they're gonna be like, the Chicago Pope was the worst. And then I gotta be like, yeah, I'm from Chicago, and they'll be like, that's where the shitty Pope was.
Damn.
Yeah.
No one's gonna. I don't think anyone's gonna say that.
Oh, they
I have a
would.
feeling
100%.
people are gonna be like, oh, I hate the Chicago Pope.
If he does something bad,
If he does something bad, what they'll say is we never should have had an American Pope. I
Right.
don't know if
They're
they'll
gonna
say
blame
we hate
all of
the
us.
Chicago. Yeah, the whole place is shot.
Yeah,
So-
they're not gonna be like Chicago's the problem. It's gonna be an America issue.
they
Yeah.
might. Well, they'll be both. It's gonna be both. People start putting ketchup on their hot dogs in spite.
I don't.
People already put ketchup on their hot dogs.
You know
Oh
what
my
I just
God.
realized?
She doesn't know the Chicago way.
What is
If you
the?
put ketchup on a hot dog in Chicago, it's like sacrilegious.
Do you genuine question?
Did you not know?
How many popes do you think have eaten? Like out of all the popes, how many have eaten a hot dog?
How many
That's
popes
a
have there
real
been?
question I have. Out of the history of all the popes, what was the first pope to eat a hot dog?
How many?
And how many popes have eaten hot
have
dogs?
been? 266 popes.
Right. So how many have
But-
eaten hot
Three.
dogs?
Wait. But then we have to figure out how many of those popes were in the window of
Hot
like the
dogs.
modern era that hot dogs
Right.
exist in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when was the hot dog created? When
And then
were hot
and then you have to
dogs
think how
invented?
many popes had access to hot dogs.
in 60?
Mhm. How many popes would want to eat a hot dog?
So I mean, we're thinking like in my lifetime there have been 4 popes, I think. What is happening, Don? What is going on?
I clicked on what I thought was an article, but it was a really epic video about the popes, and so I was apologizing to the viewers because I clicked on all these pictures of old men and got a ba 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 ba. I was like, no. Anyways, keep talking.
No, there's 4 popes as long as I've been alive. And I imagine there would be, I don't know, 4 more before that. So,
Okay, so the hot dog was created in the 1860s, supposedly.
sure.
Okay.
So potentially 10 popes.
Like the not quite a sausage, like now the hot dog.
I'm
As it
talking hot
exists.
dog, not a
Yeah.
sausage, just a hot dog.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is
So that would
potentially
be-
10 popes could have,
so-
right?
Yes.
Pope Pius IX, Pope Leo the 13th, Pope Pius the 10th, Benedict
Biases.
the 15th, Pius the 11th, Pius the 12th,
Is this a whole lineage of Piuses?
John the 23rd,
Yeah, they pick their name and then they
Paul the 6th, John Paul the 1st, John
Right.
Paul the 2nd.
John Paul II was who the first
John
pope
Paul
I
II.
think I was alive for.
And then we got a Benny and a Francis and a new Leo.
So was that 13 popes?
13 popes.
All right,
that
so
could
technically-
potentially have eaten hot dogs.
Yeah, 13 popes could have. Now the real question is, out of those 13, this is, by the way, 13 out of 200 some popes, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think we have to say the likelihood of this pope eating the most hot dogs is high.
Yeah.
And surely he's the first pope to ever eat a Chicago-style pizza. We have to go that far.
That's probably true. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe the last one did.
How much do the popes travel?
A
How
lot.
much does the
travel a
pope
lot.
travel?
But how
A
often
lot?
does the pope stop in for a slice at like Manginelli's on Maine? You know what I mean?
He
I don't
probably
know.
would. I think he would. It's like making the rounds.
But
It's like a
people like-
presidential campaign.
People
or some
like
shit.
gift things to the pope when they visit, right? That
Yeah.
are supposed to be indicative of the area.
Sure,
if
but I
a
think-
pope came to Chicago, surely somebody would be like, "You got to have a deep dish pizza." The pope.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I wonder if like the president, when the president gets gifts, now, I don't know about our current president, but every other president, when you got a gift, they literally would like, here you go, hand it to a guy, and they throw it in a fire somewhere. Because you're not allowed to receive gifts.
The presidents, but when it's not really a gift. If it's like food, they're just offering you the food, and they
Yeah,
probably like,
that's
"Oh,
even. I'd be
give
like, no, that's poison, sir. Toss it in a fire.
Well, that's why you have like one of those things where they have a
A
poison
taste
taster.
like a king of old. Like,
yeah.
bring me my tester. And he comes and he
Yeah.
like spoons some of the marinara off the top of the pizza.
Yeah.
It's good, sir.
If anyone's gonna have that, it's gonna be the Pope. I'll tell you right now.
You're not wrong, but that's
He's
why I
living
think
in the Middle
the
Ages.
Pope probably has a chef, and his name is Luigi Marinara, and he cooks all the Pope's food. So why does the Pope need to eat out? The Pope got Luigi, and he's making the pasta.
Maybe he makes him the dishes of where he's going.
Probably now, yeah. He's like, I got to learn to make it a deep dish. It's a monstrosity, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad we
Why
did
isn't there
this.
like a pope with like a wacky name? You know, they probably just reject.
We were
those
about to
They-
have one. Pizza Balla or
No.
whatever his name was. Literally, there was a guy, a cardinal, and his name was like Cardinal Deep Dish a Pizza Balla or something like that. I swear to God. He had a name that was like the Pizza Man name. And I really wanted that guy for the Pope because that's a Pope I would believe in.
Oh yeah, there it is. Pizza Balla.
Right?
What?
We could
Yeah.
have had that guy.
For his
I'm
papal name,
convinced.
his like Pope name would have been Pizza Balla.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been his, I don't
I
think
don't
that would have been
believe
his
that.
name, but that's his real name. Yeah.
Well, what? Wait. So you have to have a fake name?
You choose a name. Like Pope or Cardinal Bob from Chicago is now Pope Leo the 14th or some nonsense. So they just
Why?
pick one because yeah.
That doesn't make-
I would have
I
loved it if
love-
they kept Pope Bob. Look at that masculine hand come in the
I
frame.
know. Isn't it a handsome hand?
So naked. So
Mm.
hairy.
I know.
like a werewolf. So what? The point? Why do they have to choose a name? Why
Tradition.
don't they just use their own name?
Tradition.
Yeah, it's like their church name.
Can they,
They're- I'm gonna make an assumption. I'm not Catholic, so I'm so sorry if this is completely off base. But I would assume it's like you have now taken up the mantle of Pope, and so you take on a new name to represent this new chapter of your life.
But it's like, do they give you a list?
Honest to
Maybe.
God, yeah. That's why there's
Who
Pope
made the list?
John, Pope John Paul, Pope Francis.
Who made the list?
Pope
It's like
Leo's.
the first pope was like, here's the names.
What
Did he, like,
names
like-
can the Pope? People are looking this up right now for sure.
Did he pull the names from like God himself? He's like,
I
"Give me some
guarantee
names." It's
each
like,
one represents a thing. So, like, when last dude was like, I want to be Pope Francis, it probably represented the way he would be Pope. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, Francis represents me in this way. Just like this guy's like, Leo represents me in this way. And so they continue on the lineage of that name and moving forward. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm Pope Leo because Leo, all the other Leos, we had this vibe. And I want to be on that same wavelength as those guys. So you all kind of know what you're getting. That kind of thing.
So it's like
there's a bunch of really good options here that have never been used, apparently.
It's like sports when players get it. They're like, dude, I used to love Kobe or Michael Jordan. Right? They want to be like them and wear their number.
I think it would be a little harder.
We could have a Pope Zach, dude.
But what did Zachary do? Like, what's his vibe?
Somebody's got to be Pope Zach someday.
But
I
what
don't
did
know.
Zachary do?
It says nobody's ever chosen the name Zach.
Well, what if like Pope Zachary's like, well, Zachary was the patron saint of slapping ass and kissing your cousin. Like that, I don't think anyone would want to be that. You know, I want to know what he does. Yeah. I feel like the difference between this and say like, I want to be Kobe the second is that you would have to have the exact same talent, attitude. Like you're saying to everyone, I'm going to be this person in spirit, which I don't think can translate well to sports because you have to have the same talent.
Can I tell you guys something?
Always.
Did you guys know that there are antipopes?
Yo, what do you mean?
Antipopes?
They're antipopes.
What does that mean?
It says an antipope is a person who claims to be Bishop of Rome and leader of the Roman Catholic Church in opposition to the officially elected Pope.
Yo,
so
we can do that?
Elected, there's a person who's like, no, fuck that guy. I'm in charge. And they're called antipopes.
Do antipopes, do they have names too? Like, do they have fun names?
They list the last antipope we had was Eugene the 9th. And they were opposed by Amadeus of Savoy.
I kind of like that.
1400s.
I kind of like the anti-pope. It isn't just like that's the other pope, or that's like the pretender pope. That's the anti-pope.
I would be
anti-pope.
I'd be the anti-pope of Chicago. That's what I would do.
What would your anti-pope name be?
Yeah.
Let's see, anti-pope. It'd have to be like some sort of like Scythius.
Scythius?
Ooh.
Yeah, Scythius. It's got to be like one of those like Star Wars like evil names.
Hold on. We can do this. We can do this.
It's not something the normal pope would tell you. Yes.
Hold on. I'm going to the Sith name generator. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Oh boy, Vexus Dracul. That's a hell of a name.
Ooh, oh my goodness.
Darth Torvaxis. Sereth Corin. Ooh, Vexaran. Oh my God, you could be all sorts of cool ones. This one seems like a name that I would have thought up when I was 12. Caliph Darkstar. Oof.
Ooh.
Oof.
That really does. That's like somebody's MSN Messenger from 2005.
Ooh. Yeah. Darth Noxus.
Big
that
X,
could be you.
Little X. Darkstar.
Yeah.
Anti-Pope
XXX.
Noxus. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Right. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Anti-Pope Sorrowbane. Basically, any dark elf name equates to this as well. You could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
those are good. I like those.
See, when I went to Christian school growing up, we were Lutherans, so we thought the Pope was dumb. So Martin Luther's hammered some shit to a wall. He was like, "Yeah, this Pope's an idiot." So we learned that.
I was Methodist, so we were kind of like, "It's all good, baby. Whatever makes you happy." They really didn't want to have anything to do. They're like, "It's fine. We're all good over here."
Dude, we had so I saw Dodger do the flag, like the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the Christian flag. Yeah.
But we had the Lutheran flag, so it was similar to that, and it was just.
What was it?
Similar.
Do you remember it?
I remember we had to do that, and then because they'd have two flags. They'd have that flag, and they'd have the American flag. So they'd be like, all right, and you'd stand, and then you do the pledge, and then you do the other pledge to the American flag after.
Yeah.
Then we'd all sit down.
It seems so weird.
Morning.
Like, I understand people from outside. Like, obviously, I'm indoctrinated, so when I hear pledge of allegiance to the American flag, I'm like, well, of course. And when I hear the Christian flag, I'm like, that's insane. But I also understand that people outside the country are like, you do what to what flags? Which, admittedly, that's right. That's right. We have all been brainwashed since childhood. Deal with it.
Somebody pointed out a thing when we were talking about this last time. They were like, I think it's especially weird. The Christian flag, Lutheran flag, all of that is especially weird because you were kind of creating a situation where kids are obligated to do something adjacent to prayer in class, right? Sure. And that's weird and shouldn't be allowed. But yeah,
I guess it's private school, so it's like
I know. So like, what are what are you gonna do?
Could a private school have an anti-pope lead it?
Yeah, private schools can do whatever they want. They're private schools.
So that'd be sick. The anti-pope.
I think you forgot the fact that there was a private Kanye
Anti-pope
school.
Private. Yeah.
Kanye's private school was like he served sushi every day for lunch. His teachers made them like rap instead of do lessons. They were in a school that had no windows, or maybe it was all windows. I don't know what you can do whatever you want in a private school. That is absolutely insane.
I went to like a summer theater camp a couple years in a row, and they were really good at being a theater camp. And then there was a point where they were like, what if we became a real school? Oof. What if we like started becoming just a school that people could go to? And of course, in that situation, it was, what are we obligated to teach kids? And I feel like that's the wrong way to approach making a school that's supposed to count for general education, right? It's like, well, what do we have to teach them? And then the rest can just be fun shit like dance.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a list of things that are required if you want those kids to go off to college. Like they have to do certain things in order to be eligible to like apply for colleges and whatnot. But other than that, you don't have to. If you're a school where you're like, we aren't even college focused, we're focused on getting kids in touch with their core being, then that's like, you can do that. It's goofy, but you can.
They just have
There's
to.
Some people that they've definitely gone through that process. You can tell. Like LA people.
In Oregon, your private school could basically do whatever, but there were tests at the end of every year that all of the kids at your school had to do.
Right.
And if generally all of the kids were not doing well at those tests, they'd be like, okay, you guys are fucking up here somehow. So they did try to make sure that we were on target with things as much as possible. But as explained last time, I still have no idea where most of the states are in America.
I used to call Oregon Oregon.
Oh my gosh. Our news station, Oregon 12, they would go on the street and find people who pronounced it Oregon and have them say, you're watching Oregon 12, just to piss everybody off.
It's like people say Illinois instead of Illinois.
Yeah.
Say it wrong. Everybody gets mad because it's not the way it's pronounced, but then they also mispronounce things. It's just it's not on a grand scale.
Yeah. I still don't know how you're supposed to pronounce Missouri.
Missouri?
Missouri?
Yeah.
Missouri?
No,
Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah, I think it's misery.
New Orleans?
It's misery.
New Orleans?
Illinois?
It's like a Appalachian.
Minnesota? All of them.
What?
Minnesota?
No,
that's
I'm not doing that one.
Minnesota?
You're just saying it with an accent.
No, that's how you Minnesota. That's how you're supposed to say it. Missouri?
Why are you saying it? You're saying it like the Uncle Baba. You're saying it like the plumber, the smell good plumber.
I'm saying it like the way that Massachusetts.
No, Minnesota is more like up there, you know.
Minnesota? That's how you're supposed to say it if you live there.
No, you're not. You're supposed to say it like this, Minnesota.
Minnesota?
You're saying like Minnesota.
Minnesota? Like that.
You're saying, how do you know what you're like? Your accent sounds like it's like three accents mixed together.
You act like I'm doing this on purpose. Why would I do that?
Was there anything? Did you spend like the primary, like most of your childhood in Ohio? Am I misunderstanding that? Or was it only like a chunk of it?
Yes. I moved to Ohio. So when I was young, my dad was a football coach for Virginia Tech. So when I was in kindergarten, we lived in Blacksburg, Virginia. And then my mom got a job in Ohio. So we moved to Ohio. And my dad somehow went from being a coach on a football team, a Peach Bowl winning football team, to being a law school recruiter.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you how that works. So that's what he did. And I moved to Ohio when I was in first grade and stayed there until end of like summer of my senior year, after I graduated, and then immediately moved to New York. Like that summer I was out. So yeah, I was there for 1st to 12th grade in Oakwood, Ohio.
I was going to ask if there was some part of the Ohio experience that you felt like people outside of Ohio always mispronounced, misunderstood, whatever.
No. Dude, I went and saw Jesse Cox's house years ago.
He did. He went and he saw my old home. He was literally out in the front lawn filming a video, and I thought it was hilarious, but I realized if I had lived there, if I was the people who live there now, I'd be like, what the hell is this?
I was just like, here it is, Jesse Cox's old stomping grounds. This is where young Jesse Cox probably played, stickball in the yard,
I looked it up the other day, too, because I was Googling an old pizza place. Shout out to Marion's Pizza in Ohio. And I didn't know if it was still around because, it's been 25 years. And so I looked it up and still the Marion's Pizza is still like a block from my house. And my old house is still there. And it's very weird to look back at your small town and be like, wow, nothing has changed literally at all.
Oh my gosh. My hometown has changed so much.
Really?
And it's really every single time I go back to visit, which is like once a year, maybe once every 2 years. Every time I go back to visit, it's because like the turnover on businesses is so high right now. Like so many of the older businesses have completely gone under and new businesses are trying to move in and see if they can make it. So every time I come in, either a bunch of buildings are empty or they've got brand new stuff in them. And it's so strange.
It's like a... Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Please go.
No, yeah. It's like the house I grew up in. I remember driving past it again. They just like change everything. And then you're just like, that's not the house. They've changed it. They did things that made it different than
my kid's going through that right now. We went by the house that we lived in before this one, and she was like, what are they doing to my house? I was like, it's not your house, dude.
So
it's theirs now.
Well, your worlds are changing. Dayton, Ohio continues to be the same, apparently. This I want to show you. I'm going to link to you both. This Marion's Pizza. God, that is a crazy link. Look at the images. It looks like nothing has changed since 1965. The inside has yellow walls. It has weird brick on the inside. It looks insane. None of this has changed.
It definitely has not changed at all.
There's a fake tree on the inside.
That's what I was going to say. You can tell the fake tree is like the most mid-90s like mall
I
vibe.
love the carpet.
Yep.
The carpet's so good.
Every photo looks like it was taken 20 years ago. And everyone eating there looks like they're in their 80s. It just it has a weird vibe. But
it's like where Guy Fieri goes, they talk to the people. He's like, I've been eating a Marion's Pizza for 86 years.
This Marion's Pizza looks the exact same as it did when I was in high school. And that is 25 years ago. So like, that's crazy to me. Nothing has changed about this. And that's the entire area. I was looking through, the local park looks the same. There's a comic book shop that's still there. Everything is the same. The only thing that's different is some of the places closed down and bars opened in its place, which is even more funny.
The pizza place in my hometown got turned into a totally different pizza place, but it still does pizza, apparently.
Yeah. Dayton, Ohio just doesn't change. It is, I don't know what it is. It's just perpetually the same thing. I would hazard a guess to anyone who lives in Dayton, Ohio. Does everyone, this is to everyone out there. The Taco Bell that is downtown, close to the University of Dayton, across the street is a Chinese restaurant. I wager to this day, everyone who lives there knows what I'm talking about. That Chinese restaurant is 100% a front for gang activity because there's never anyone there and it has been open consistently. And I dare to say it's still open. And everyone who lives there probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. That place is up to no good. Shout out to that Taco Bell. It's also where a man on a motorcycle pulled alongside a friend and I in like 1999. It was like, you guys, you need Jesus. Have a Bible. And then he rode off. And we were like, what? Ohio,
Might have
baby.
been the anti-pope. Might have been the anti-pope. Never know. It could have been the Pope with the chili. The Cincinnati Pope.
The Cincinnati Pope?
The Cincinnati
Pope Zachary?
Cincinnati
Yeah.
Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pope Zach.
Pope
I
Zach,
love that guy.
the chili Pope?
That had to have been him. Dude, remember the old Wendy's vibe where they used to have like the greenhouse and then they'd have like the plants in the middle and shit?
Where you could
No.
get, they had
What? You didn't have that?
like a salad bar.
I had
Yeah.
never been to a Wendy's until I was an adult.
Wow.
I know.
Wendy's was the
We didn't really have them around me.
it was the one fast food my parents were like, we can go to Wendy's because they had a salad bar and they had like salads and chili and
see.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You get a baked potato.
Yeah. That's where I fell in love with their
Unlike
chicken,
that
their
McDonald's.
spicy chicken sandwich.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good. It's
Good.
good. The rest of it's
Good.
like, all right, it's fine. But spicy chicken sandwich, it's good stuff.
It was pretty solid. I had one like last year because I was like, oh, I should have this again. It was pretty good.
This is how you know I'm the fat guy and Crendor's not. Crendor's like, I had one last year. And I was like, I think I had one like last month. I love a spicy chicken sandwich.
The thing is, like, I also have too many options. It's not like we're in a small town and go, like, I'll go to Culver's. I'd rather go to Culver's and Wendy's.
I don't have a Culver's. I don't know what that is.
Culver's is Wisconsin based, but it's like, it spreads through the Midwest now. Now everybody's just like, oh yeah, Culver's, dude. It's great. It's
But
like,
what is it? What do they? What
He
do you
did not
eat there?
describe it at all. You're right.
Well,
He's like, it's a thing and it exists.
Culver's is like just higher quality fast food, but not like healthy high quality. Just like they got the burgers, they got like chicken sandwiches, but they got they do like frozen custard. It's their big thing. Like the frozen custard. It's okay, custard. It's not like
I don't like custard. I've never been a fan of
custard.
frozen
I don't
custard.
either.
It literally it just tastes like ice cream.
Yeah,
I
it's a
don't
little
like
too
custard,
eggy for
dude.
me.
English people love custard. They'll put it on so much. God, I hate it. Sorry. I didn't mean to derail.
Okay, but
But
custard is like its own
I
thing.
hate
I
custard,
actually I like custard as well. Maybe that's why. But custard's like a pudding.
Mm.
Okay. Frozen
Where?
custard is like a different way they make ice cream. Like it still looks like ice cream and tastes like ice cream. It's just like a fattier ice cream.
Yeah, it's a little too fatty. That's what I'm saying. Is I'm not a fan.
You
Normal
just
ice
talked
cream
about
is
how you're
acceptable. I
like,
can do that.
Crendor doesn't eat anything. He's like, this is why he's so skinny. And then you're like, oh, you're eating that.
Hold on.
fatty
But like,
stuff.
how
Oh.
often? Whoa. How often are you eating that custard though?
Oh, like every month or two. What are you eating it like every week, every day?
I'm not eating any custard, but I'm saying if I had if I was a custard fan and had access to custard, I would definitely eat it more than once every 2 months.
I feel like you do have access to it. You can like anything in LA.
JP claims that Culver's custard is better than English custard.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%. A lot of things are better than English.
Are you gonna
stuff.
trust JP when it comes to food?
Damn.
Like really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
JP,
entire,
no, for real, JP has let me tag along on some of the best meals I've ever eaten.
You gonna let JP do that?
So yeah. Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, I would trust him on food stuff, I think.
JP will like take us to like some insane fancy place and then be like, I taco gordita crunches for 3 weeks straight.
But that's how you appreciate the crazy meal.
I mean, I'd appreciate it even if I didn't do that. It's 'cause I've been trying to eat at home more. So I've been cooking stuff.
Big same.
Yeah. It's cheaper. It's healthier. It lowers your blood pressure. You know, you got to keep.
Do you still keep a food journal? Or do you not really need to anymore?
My digestion's been a lot better, but I have to track my blood pressure.
Oh God.
So that's what I got to do now. Every time I go to the doctor, yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I've always had my family has high blood pressure, so they're always like, ugh. So then once I started working out, it was like, oh, nice, we're doing good. But then I'd go to the doctor, like, it's borderline. It's like 130s over like 85. It's like starting to go up. Just keep track of it. And then whenever I'd eat terribly and eat out a lot, I would check it and it'd be going higher than that. And I'd be like, oh, and then I'd start eating at home and then be like 117 over like 78. And I'm like, okay, we're good. And then I'd start eating out again. That's like, it's going up. And I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, all right, now we got to eat. It's the fine balance. That's why people are like, you should just eat. Like Jesse's like, to gain weight in bulk, just eat like a bunch of shit. And I'm like, I can't do that.
Please don't listen to me. I'm actively goofing. When I say the best way to gain weight is to just go out and buy a pack of toaster strudels and eat all of it for breakfast, I am clearly joking. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying. That's more people recommend that than not. Like my family will be like, you're skinny, just eat cake. And I'm like, okay, let me just get diabetes and high blood pressure like in a couple of weeks. Just keep doing that. But I gained weight, so who cares? It's an unhealthy way to gain weight. And then it messes up your colon. Right. You got a whole bunch of problems.
You need a bunch of powders and to cook everything in ghee and to, you know, I don't know, eat rocks. That's how you healthily gain weight.
Right.
Oh, you can't digest those rocks. That's rocks, another 10, 20 pounds right there, man.
Do you guys know that you can get edible clay for people that crave eating clay?
That is insane, but awesome.
I thought that was like for kids, so you can play with clay, and if they eat it, then it doesn't matter.
Yo, that just unlocked a thing from my core memory. Do you remember? I don't know if this is a thing that was only in Ohio when I was in school, but there were times where we would make peanut butter based. I think it was kind of like a moldy clay thing, but you could eat it too. Oh my God, what was that called?
Moldy
it was like
clay?
It was like you can mold it, but it was like peanut butter based. And I think it had oats or something in it. Oh my God, what was it? Not Buckeyes. It was what? It was kind of like you made Play-Doh out of edible peanut butter, and then you would eat the peanut butter.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing. Oh man. I don't know what it's called.
I've never heard of this. Never.
That's not unlocking anything for me. I'm so sorry.
You know what? I don't even. I'm stalling out this podcast.
It's gotta be Ohio. I mean, there's just eat peanut butter.
Edible peanut butter Play-Doh. That's what it is. It's a whole thing.
Weird, man.
The best, most delicious recipe: edible Play-Doh. It contains peanut butter, and it's and you can use it, and kids can play with it, and then they can just sit there and eat it. It's honey and peanut butter, and it's 1 cup of peanut butter, powdered sugar, and a cup of honey, and then you put it in the fridge, and it like becomes the consistency of Play-Doh, and then you can mess with it, and it stores up for 3 months. It's real. It's real, and it's awesome. And when I was a kid, we would do this in school all the time.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that before.
Well, now you know.
You should get some and eat it and film it.
Do that.
Oh my God.
Content.
I could be that guy.
Yeah.
You know how like in the 1800s or whatever, they would, besides hardtack, they would have hard soup. And then they would take, it was like hardened, it was like broth, like meat. And then they'd solidify it, and then they'd put it in hot water, and it turned into broth again. I'd be that guy, but I'd be that guy for Play-Doh peanut butter. And then I'd be like walking around conventions with a bag on, and then I'd pull open my bag and be like, some Play-Doh peanut butter? And people would be like, is that for me? And I'd be like, absolutely. I made it in Minnesota, right? And then I give it to them. I think
they would be like, what the fuck? What is this guy giving to me that just randomly walked up?
No, you're misjudging the awesome power of celebrity, my friend. I could get at least 3 or 4 people to eat it.
if they knew who you were.
That's what I'm saying.
If you were
They
just a
didn't know
guy,
who you
though.
were.
If you're just a
Well, if
guy.
you're just a guy.
I've forgotten what it's like to be just a guy.
Oh my gosh. He's so popular.
Now that I'm in the tabloids in Finland, I've forgotten what it's like to be a guy. That's right. I'm famous in Finland now.
They wrote a whole ass article about you loving their water. It's amazing.
I don't know what it is. Foreign countries just love writing articles about Jesse. Because, like, we also had the one where we messed up how you say Gardai or whatever in Ireland on Cox and Crendor.
We couldn't pronounce it Irish thing, and so they did a whole article about us in the Irish,
they, like,
in an
sent
Irish
us a shirt.
newspaper. And then the best part was they sent us jackets. It was great.
Yeah.
I loved that. Finland, if you want to send me jackets, I'll take them.
Yeah, so it's... I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we kept calling them the Gardai. They were like...
I found out about it. I found out about this most recent Finland article because I guess in the article they referred to me as Locsin, and people were confused because, number one, that's not my last name anymore, and it's also not a name that I ever go by at all. So, so it got brought up to me. I was like, wait, is there an entire article about the water thing?
Yeah, it's fun because the article actually goes into the podcast and stuff. And I was like, that's very sweet of them. But apparently saying that their water is good is like, he paid attention. He knows. And I must stress, everyone there was like, did you know the water's good? So I feel like there's a racket going on.
It would be hard to miss. Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's just part of the people visiting wherever you live. Is you got to be like, dude, you got to try this thing. And then if they like it, you're like, they like it. But if they don't like it, then you're just like, they don't get it. They don't understand. It's like if you show somebody one of your videos and they're just like, I don't get it. Like you feel like a part of you is just like, how do you not get it?
I never show anyone anything I make.
I didn't even mean what you make. I just meant like something you find funny, and then you show someone else and be like,
you said one of your videos, which in this group of people,
I get that that's probably a bad
I made
choice
this
of words.
thing. Will you watch it? Which I would never.
No, I'd never show anybody my stuff either.
Oh
But
my
no, I just mean like something like if you were to show Sam something, be like, isn't this funny? And he'd be like, I don't get it. Like there's this part of you just like, well, yeah, you don't get it, idiot.
Sam and I do not share humor very well. I will admit that. We rarely both laugh at the same.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if I think something's really funny, I know it's going to confuse the shit out of him. And that's why I send it. You know,
That's pretty funny.
It's the same reason that Crendor sends us stuff.
Yeah. Like as one guy I always get, I already know that you're going to think it's insane and be like, what is Crendor watching? It's just this man in LA screaming into the void at like clearly nobody, like nobody's around. He's in a parking garage and he's just like, Tony Caliente, I know where you are. All right. Send the money and I'll do the thing. You need to stop going to the Scorpions. They're bad for you. All right. Get out of that gang. And then he'll just do another one and he's like, he'll just like keep doing that. He's just yelling at like random shit. And then everyone in the comments is just like, dude, I can't wait till Tony Caliente gets his life turned around.
Strangely enough, Tony Caliente was on the short list for Pope. It's crazy. He was there though. Yeah.
Yeah. And Antipope.
And the Antipope. Yeah.
Oh my God. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to swallow that drink of coffee. Holy shit. I wasn't ready for the name Tony Caliente, dude.
Yeah, he's got like a whole cast of characters he brings up and he just references them. But then like every once in a while, he'll just like do an actual TikTok where he's just like, everybody, this is serious now. You need to find Jesus. And I'm like, okay, well, just go back to yelling at the void. That was fun. Did you guys get your Switch too?
No,
what? I won't. Did you? Be.
Yes, dude. I was doing it on stream. Well,
how is it, bud?
Not out yet. It's not out yet.
How much?
Oh, you bought it
to get it?
It's like $450, I think.
All right.
I wanted to get it before the tariffs hit.
I was about to say, I was wondering if you got hit by like, apparently there's going to be a 69, which by the way, % increase on all console costs. So that's,
yeah,
that's cool.
That's why I was like, dude, I'm going to get this now. I know I'm going to get it at some point. May as well do it now. Plus, I love the rush of like trying to get something when everyone's trying to get it. You know what I mean? Where you're like refreshing and you're just like, payment failed, put it in the cart, It's not in the cart anymore. I love that.
You love the thrill.
The thrill
of
of the purchase, huh?
Yeah.
It's like it's the thrill of the hunt. You're hunting for that Switch 2 purchase.
Totally.
Or whatever it might be. People do that. What's that other thing everyone's into now? The Labooboos. Have you heard of those?
What?
No.
What are you talking about? The Labooboos?
These old people over here, they don't even know, dude.
What is a
They don't even know about the
Labooboo?
craze. There's an entire, like, they sell out in like seconds. I don't understand it, but it's like, it's a craze where it's like everybody keeps buying. I think it's from Pop Mart or some shit. Yeah, Pop Mart. Dude, it's blind boxes. You like real life, like blind boxes, and you get these Labooboo things.
You gotta stop calling them Laboobos. I don't know what that
that's
means.
what they're called. It's Labubu. They're literally called Labubu. Oh, I have seen these. I didn't know what they were called.
Yeah, now you know. People are like crazy about them. Like they just sell out instantly. I don't understand it. I think they look weird.
I'll stick to my Smiskies, I think.
It's literally a real life gacha game. Yeah, there's like this TikTok 8 hours ago, 66,000 views opening Laboobos on her birthday. Like, I'm telling you, these are crazy. There's like Pop Marts are like getting lines wrapped around the building.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like, they're a thing, all right.
Like, this is just, to me, it's like a Beanie Baby craze.
Yes.
And people are like, dude, I gotta
or
get my Beanie
Funko
Baby.
Pops or all those different things.
Yeah, or Furbies.
Yeah. Well,
the Tickle Me Elmos.
But they are different from that because they're one of these like blind box things, right?
I think that's even worse.
100%.
It's like the gotcha of real life. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been around, like that idea of I'm gonna get a box and I don't know what toys in it yet.
Yeah.
Like that's been around since we were kids.
Yeah.
But they've just gotten more
Mass
expensive.
marketing.
Yeah.
They figured out the psychology behind it.
Yeah,
Like,
I will completely admit that there are people that I watch that get like boxes of like 12 of those and open them. And I know now because I've watched enough of those that apparently if you get like one of the like whole flats of them, you won't get the rare. I don't know, but
it's the same with like how card pack openings blown up too. Pokemon cards, trading cards. Like people just want to open packs and shit, which I will say I've been doing for very long, like over a decade now.
You don't have to convince us of this. Yeah. We just heard you say, I got, because of the thrill of the hunt, I got a Switch 2. Like you are
going to Switch 2 anyway.
Right. But
it's
just the way you said it, it gave me a lot of insight into your personality type and like what's going on in your brain. And I like that.
I literally play, all the games I play are like Warhammer where I roll dice, Blood Bowl where I roll dice, Pokemon where I'm essentially rolling dice, which by the way, I finally won. I beat it. So now I moved on to the harder version.
I know there's no evidence of that. Like no one saw it happen.
They did. It was all over Twitch. Even went on live stream fail. And people were like, Crendor's cool. I remember him from like 15 years ago. And I was like, that's cool.
All right. That's all right. It sounds more true now.
That sounds real.
That sounds real.
Yeah. And then they're always like, what happened to those TGS people? I remember all them. And I'm like, yeah.
A lot of them work for Critical Role now.
Hilariously.
Hilariously.
Some of them are canceled.
Some of them got canceled, and the rest of us started podcasts.
Yep.
So.
And it is.
What happened to those guys?
It's like one of those VH1. What happened?
Where are they now? Yeah.
Where are they now? That one.
Same damn. That'd be the saddest episode of like Where Are They Now show when it's like, what? After 20 years of creating content, where are they now? And it's just us still on YouTube. It's like, what happened to them? Where'd their lives go? And it goes through all these people like doing like, I made a movie and like I did this and I have a whole album, and it's like, meanwhile, Jesse is still on YouTube and hasn't changed at all. Literally the same idiot.
Yeah, but some of those people, they make an album or whatever, like, who cares? It's like, it's not that much crazier than just doing YouTube and Twitch. It's like,
who cares?
Really, who cares? It's like,
this schmuck over here made art.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Okay. My point is, I feel like you're underselling the YouTube aspect of it, which can be seen as an art form in itself. And you're just like, they made an album, which is superior, like a TV show. Because it's like all the YouTubers who go and do YouTube or go and do TV, and then they'd fail at it, or like nobody likes them.
No, what I'm saying is the joke would be if it was a VH1, where are they now? Which, by the way, VH1, I'm not even sure that station still exists. But like VH1, where are they now? But the goof was they're still on VH1. You know what I mean? Like, It's like, where are they now? And they just haven't left. That's us. That's us. We haven't left.
I understand that. I understood the joke you went for there. I processed that much.
Okay. All right.
I was saying, you mentioned like all these other people went on to do stuff like make an album and do all this stuff, like as if that's like greater than just doing YouTube. I'd be like, I'd rather just keep doing
trying
YouTube.
To say that you're doing fine, Jesse.
I'm not saying I'm not. I was making a joke.
Jesse, you're doing fine.
No, that's
you're okay.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're doing fine.
My life is a joke.
It's all right.
My life is miserable. All I do is make content to please people that call me Jesse Cox, but they mean it like penis.
This guy like 10 minutes ago was like, yeah, I'm the most famous person around. I'll hand out peanut butter Play-Doh to people.
You know where I'm really famous? Meanie Sudi.
I thought you were going to say Pornhub, just to complete
Pornhub? No, Pornhub I'm not famous on. Although I do dream.
You do have content there.
I do dream sometimes about it. I could be. They had my whole Twitter timeline, not on who I follow, but on who it's recommending me. You know how it has like the two tabs? I always get stuck with the like people we think you should follow. I'm like, I don't want to follow anyone on here. But there's I guess the Pornhub Awards happened here in LA, I think. And so I'm getting all this feed of like, the best award show is here. And I'm like, great.
Oh my God, my audio just freaked out big time. Sorry about that, chat.
It's all right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably for the best not hear Jesse talk about that.
It's fine. I'll just be over here. You good now, Dodger? Is your audio fine?
I'm just trying to figure out what happened because I literally didn't touch anything. So I'm like, I'll just do this.
We'll edit it in post. Not even
ever happened.
It didn't even happen. If you're watching the VOD, it didn't even happen. What are you talking about? Nothing happened here.
Nothing's ever happened.
Nope.
Dude, that's sometimes those are the best moments when nothing happened.
No, I disagree.
You know?
I disagree. The silence is deafening. It kills me inside.
Why?
You have said that before.
Oh, yeah. As a consummate showman, the silence, that's murderous. It kills me. It says to me that we have nothing to say and we're boring. And the audience picks up on that. And then they're like, those guys are boring. And then we're done. Done.
But I think they only would say, ooh, those guys are boring if we seem to believe that we are boring, you know?
Yeah. Plus, many people like boring things.
I don't know how that works at all.
What do you mean?
I'm saying that you can't be the weak link here, Jesse. You have to believe that we are entertaining and cool, even when there's silence.
No, it's not working for me. It didn't work. I gave it a sec, and that didn't seem cool or entertaining. No, that wasn't.
We tried. You tried.
Yeah,
that's so bad.
No, I didn't. I don't like that. Didn't like it.
Thank you for trying.
I tried. I gave it the old college try. Not a fan. Yeah,
you did.
I had to bring up to Dodger I said I would do it. Sink repair. All right.
What?
Yeah.
Last week, our sink was clogged, so we had to get a plumber to unclog the sink. So I tried to unclog the sink, like, the whole time. I tried everything. People like, do baking soda, do all this shit, right? I did like one of those things, you stick it down there, you pull it up, you get like some dirt. Then the plumber came in, he's just like, yeah, you know, we got to route the lines. So they like route the lines, like, there's a bunch of shit in there, you're good. But then I learned how to do the P-trap. All right, so the P-trap, the thing under the sink. Okay, you know how your sink,
what are you
it
talking
goes
about?
down. I'm explaining to you if you'd listen. If it goes down and then it hooks and then it goes into the wall. There's a little hook so it like catches stuff. So the P-trap is a little trap thing under there and you can unscrew it and unclog a bunch of shit. Or if you like drop something down the drain, it usually lands in there so you can unhook it and get it out. So I learned how to do that and then I cleaned the other sinks. I was like, dude, this is sick. Now I know how to just clean the P-traps.
Nice. Now I know that they're called P-traps.
I never want to hear you explain that you learned to clean a P-trap ever before.
Yeah.
I learned to clean the P-trap. It just doesn't sound right coming out of your mouth. It just doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes you got to clean the P-trap. I don't know what else to tell you.
Is it called a P-trap because it traps peas? Or because it's shaped like a pea?
No.
I don't think it's shaped like a pea.
Well, it actually kind of is.
An upside down pea?
It's kind of like a backwards P or like a, yeah.
I'm too invested in
like
this. You know what? We have to move on. I don't care nearly enough about your sinks. I just don't.
Should we talk about things we've played?
Sure, we could do that.
Sure. I guess we could.
Jesse, what have you played this week?
I guess we could talk about it. My goodness. So obviously, first off, I don't know, Dodger, if this is a thing you hit or anyone watching has hit this moment, but I've definitely sensed it in the gaming space as of late that Blueprints has a lot of people that love this game. I'm one of them. However, as time has gone on, I've seen a lot of discussion online about the end game state of it and how it's diminishing returns across the board. I love this game, but the more I play, the more I'm like, how much more do I need to play?
Sure.
I'm not aware if there's another set of credits after hitting room 46, or if you can just keep playing. Mathis was telling me the other day that he thinks there is another set of credits, like there is another end game condition. But I'm at the point where I'm discovering things and I'm finding things that feel like this should be the end. Okay, this bit of story is wrapped up. But at the same time, I've got 18 other things that I have not solved. And I'm wondering, is it worth trying to solve those? Because most of it is RNG dependent, where I need to get a certain room to do a certain thing. And I understand that you can get various items that can make that a lot easier, but still RNG dependent. So you're just constantly throwing time at this game. And there are a million other games right now to play. And I very much want to keep playing Blueprints, but at the same time, I'm like, where's the cutoff? Like, surely there should be, like the last run I did, I was convinced I was going to do one type of thing and ended up solving like 12 other things. But those 12 other things were not the thing I set out to do, and I still haven't done that. So I'm like, all right, well, do I take the time to do that? Or now I've discovered there are 8 rooms that I can get into, and I've gotten to 2 of them, and I'm like, well, I solved the puzzle that's needed for the other 6 rooms. So would it be worth doing the other 6 rooms at all? Those are the kind of questions where I'm at, where I'm just like, is this it's time to walk away situation that I've done everything I wanted to do? Or is there something else here? And I almost wonder, because the game is a little like, the story's very down to earth and grounded. I wonder if this had some sort of otherworldly Cthulhu-esque element to it, if I might not be more inclined to deep dive and search. Because there's a mystery, but it's not like the most gripping mystery in the world. It's interesting, but it's not like, whoa, what is this? What's that mean? How's this happen? Really, once you start to uncover it, it's kind of like, all right, That's okay.
Yeah.
I just don't
Down
know.
to earth is a good way to put it. Yeah.
I definitely am at that point where I was playing and I was enjoying, but I've hit the kind of, I don't know what else, like what more does it want from me and how much time am I going to have to put into it? I just don't know.
Yeah. So I got to room 46. I got the credits.
Mhm.
Everybody did the congratulations, you finished the tutorial goof in my chat. But if I'm honest, I haven't done much beyond that. And I feel pretty satisfied.
Sure.
Like
sure.
there are a few puzzles that I am aware of that I haven't finished. Apparently there's lots and lots more to do in the game, but it feels like every time I play, I'm not gaining the information or the opportunities to put into practice the few things that I do have currently. So I'm like, I got a lot out of this game, honestly. Everybody can be like, you only scratched the surface, idiot. But I feel pretty satisfied with how much I got out of the game at this point. And if at some point I want to go back and really deep dive these puzzles, great. But currently, like, I did the thing. I found the room.
Like,
you know?
yeah. So let me give you an example. You can go back to room 46 and there's more stuff in there to do. So now you
I'm
can
sure there is. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, okay. And I think I did everything there was to do in that room. But then you're presented with problems like, so there's an underground area. And if you drain the reservoir, at the bottom are a bunch of chests. And those chests, you can, like, if you have a bunch of keys, you can unlock them all. And there's 2 chests in there that actually have stuff in them. Everything else is a clue as to what chests have the stuff. But I had so many damn keys, I was like, let's pop them all open, baby. This is the end of my run. So I popped them all open, got all the stuff. Everything was great. And in my mind, I was like, perfect. Now I can refill the reservoir and focus on another part of the pump room where I can change the water levels in someplace else. Because I know that in the fountain, there's a secret that I need to get. And I know that over in this area, there's a secret I need to get. However, as I was looking through it, I realized in the reservoir, halfway up is another cave thing. And now I'm like, oh my God, the boat that's in the reservoir that has been there the entire time, I haven't been able to use. I need to get in the boat on the level with that cave so I can take the boat to that cave. So I can't even completely finish that room. So I have to, 1, get the pump room again. 2, get the pump room to make it so the water is halfway in the reservoir. And then 3, go back to the reservoir, get in that thing, go to wherever that next bit is. And that's probably another damn puzzle. So I've got all these layers of things I have to do. And I'm like, all that's contingent on me getting the pump room.
Getting the right rooms. Yeah.
And so if I don't get that.
That's like the biggest complaint people had was they're like, try to get room, don't get it, restart. Try to get room, don't get it, restart.
Yeah. And I think there are humps in the game for sure based on that RNG.
Mm-hmm.
When you first start playing, there's so much to find and so much newness. And then you hit a point where you're like, okay, but now I'm trying to actually do stuff. Like I have goals now. So I need to hit these points. And then the game starts giving you things to help sort of force situations that you need or to help you get what you want or, giving you more resources to be able to explore more, right? So you get over that first hump of like, okay, now I can actually pursue my goals, right? But then the number of goals that you have becomes so hyper specific that you hit another hump, another wall, if you will, where you're like, I have 115 steps that I can do, but I didn't get the room I need, right? Like I have all the resources in the world, but I still don't have the right things. So yeah, Crendor, it's, when I first started playing, I was like, I can see how this would, and we talked about this on Geekenders as well. I can see how them combining sort of this roguelite, like you're meant to restart, combining that with a puzzle game and having this like dungeon crawler aspect of like, you're not sure exactly where you're going to wind up. I can see that being frustrating, but if you're really used to roguelites, it's not as frustrating, but it does get less fulfilling the further in that you go, I think.
And it does. So like a great example of that is there is a power station, I think, or maybe it's a boiler room, whatever it is. It powers different parts of the house. And when you spawn that, you can use it to send the power to, for example, in the laboratory, there's a puzzle that I've still not been able to do because I've only had that room spawn 2 times over the course of 26 or 27 days. And I've never had it spawn with the laboratory. So I'm just waiting for it to happen. Now, yes, there are things like you can say, I got this item at the beginning of a run that lets me pick what color rooms appear more, which is awesome. However, certain combinations are not the same color. So you're like constantly trying to get stuff to go your way. And yeah, it's just one of those things where at a certain point, there's just diminishing returns the longer you play. And so I don't know if it's worth, like, I understand the mystery. I know what happened. And that is, I have 4 letters left to find. I have 6 doors left to open. There's things left to do, but it's like, I think I solved it very much like her story. I don't think I got all the things in her story, but I solved it. I walked away being like, I know what this was about. And I wonder if that's the same thing here. If it's like, look, I got my answers. Should I just walk away? Or is there literally a great example is there is a rumpus room. And in the rumpus room, you can put a coin into this talking, genie guy, and he'll give you a cool cutscene, and it's very weird. But I'm like, does that mean anything? Have I already solved what that cryptic story told me? I genuinely don't know. One
of the early, cutscenes I got with that guy, I still, every time I play, I'm like, what the fuck was that even for? Does that matter? Or was that just for vibes? I still don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing where I'm just like, I really want to see if there's this is the end, like this is the real ending. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like I got it, but it didn't give me credits. So I don't know, maybe I'm off. But my worry is the real ending is just 100%ing, which is not something I care about. It just isn't. Yeah. So I don't know. It's fun. I love it. I just wonder if it's one of those things where when I have 18 other games that I very much would like to play right now, is it worth the time to keep doing it? And I have no answers.
Yeah, probably not. I'd say no.
I mean, I still have to get through all of Expedition.
About the game. It just sounds like you're trying to get 100% at that point, and it's just going to be annoying.
Yeah, I just don't know. However, I have been spending a lot of time in Expedition 33, and that game is so good.
Sam said it's amazing. I went into his office yesterday, and he was like, "Get out," because he was doing a fight that he didn't want me to see. Because he was like, "This game is so good. I need you to play it. Please leave my office."
Yeah. It's very, very well done. The combat is just incredibly fun until sometimes it turns into Dark Souls and guys can one-shot you. But it's hilarious, and you have to learn the combat. And learn when to parry and dodge. But story-wise, it's beautiful. Visually, musically, everything about it is awesome. And it does some really great, old school RPG stuff that feels so nice to have back. And then it also throws in some modern things. Yesterday, I did I think it's called Get Up or something up, that jumping puzzle game. They just put one of those in this game, and the reward was a swimsuit, and it's perfect, and I love it. I don't want to explain any more than that. And I was like, I can't believe this game exists. It's really well done. Everything about it. There was a scene I got yesterday between 2 characters that had the best, these 2 know each other and have known each other for a long time, vibe to it. The way they interacted was just so cute. I love stuff like that. It was really well done.
Just nice writing.
Yes. Also visually, it is as stunning as Elden Ring. Every new area, you're just like, what the hell is that? That's beautiful. It's really neat. And they're also doing some really good, I don't know what anyone means by this, but it's very clear that people in chat who are ahead of me in the game or who have beaten it are picking up things early on for the mystery of what's going on. They're like, oh, that's what that means. And I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. But it's very clear that there's hints and stuff that are being thrown out early that I'm sure on a second playthrough you'll be like, oh. So, big fan of that. It is generally a game that I would say is 100% going to be nominated for Game of the Year. I don't know if it'll win, but it's definitely being nominated. It's a really great game.
Nice.
Plus, I think
good things.
The music is by a dude they found on SoundCloud, which is even crazier.
I love that.
Yeah. I think that's amazing. Yeah, it's very, very nice. I don't want to spoil too much or talk about too much, but I will talk about the fact that also this week I played the brand new Rusty Lake game.
I haven't played it yet.
It is there's a video that comes with it. The video is basically a promotion for a bunch of merch they have. It really didn't affect. However, it is kind of like the story of the game you're playing, but the game is literally just a very short. It's our 10-year anniversary, and you know it's not a very story heavy version of Rusty Lake. It's just you're in their offices, and it's the people that work there, and it's kind of a thank you. It's very fun, and the reveal at the end is the trailer for the new game, which we accidentally discovered when we figured out that this game was there because it's listed on Steam, and I was like, "What is this? Servant of the Lake? What's this?" Well, that's the new one they're actually working on. So, yeah, it's fun though. It's a fun little jaunt into Rusty Lake.
Nice.
I played Nubby's Number Factory.
What is that?
What's that?
Nubby's Number Factory is an unbelievable experience where you play as Nubby, and it's like Peggle kind of, where you bounce on all the balls. You get different items to pop the balls faster. It's you have to experience Nubby to really understand.
I mean, I love Peggle. So
you probably like Nubby's Number Factory.
Is it like a normal game, or is it one of those weird ones like Frog Fractions?
It's got some weird elements to it.
What do you mean by that?
Like,
is it like weird, or is it like weird?
Someone said it's Balatro Peggle.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, kind of. Right. It's got a lot of weird looking things. It's you have to see it. Sometimes you can't even describe Nubby. Like you have to see or experience Nubby to truly understand.
You know what? I completely get it now just by saying Northern Lion loves this game. I know exactly what kind of game it is.
Yes.
The minute you say Northern Lion loves this game, I automatically know what kind of game it is immediately.
Oh yeah. Whenever I see him loving a game, I usually know I'm going to enjoy it too, because he likes very similar types of games. Yeah. I actually also played Starvaders. He was playing that one too, so I was like, that looks fun. It was like a roguelite type of thing where you're a mech and you gotta like shoot down like a bunch of aliens or like monsters or whatever and clear the board, but it's really well done. It's made by like 3 people. You wouldn't even know it's made by 3 people. It's just like a solid, fun game. So that was a good one. Let's see. I played what else did I play? I finished my Banjo-Tooie's day. I replayed Banjo-Tooie. That was a fun time. I started.
Did you only play it on Tuesdays?
Yes.
Nice.
And it's funny because Kraken tried to steal my idea without actually knowing of my idea, of course. But
no, he tried to steal it. I heard Kraken say to Sam, he said,
Start beef.
He said, I hate that Crendor and I'm going to steal all of his ideas so I can ruin him in the eyes of the audience, who is the most important. That's what he said.
Yeah, that sounds like Kraken.
And then, you know what he did? Then he punched a baby, too. It's true.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I hate babies.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I was like, Kraken, whoa, dude, what? And he's like, babies? They're as stupid as Crendor is and his dumb ideas, which I shall steal. Just like this candy I took from this baby. It's true. It's true.
Well, here's the best part. He started Banjo-Tooie Tuesday. He didn't even call it Tooie's Day like I did. All right. Tooie Tuesday. And then he was like playing it, on and off. He was like, hey guys, I think we're going to fight the final boss. And I was like, you only have 50 jiggies. You need like 70. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah. And then chat was like, oh yeah, you need 70 for like the final boss. And then he hasn't played it since. I think he was overwhelmed.
He wasn't invested.
He thought he was done.
He was too busy about the idea of trying to steal from you rather than why you would steal from you. You know what I mean? He wasn't in it for the fun. He was in it for the spite, and that's why he lost.
Yep.
Damn.
So now I
and punched that baby.
Finished that up.
He was so mad.
And then he punched that baby.
And not like he went, you know, like in the movies when they slow-mo and they do the jump and they punch down. That's what he did to that baby. Mm-hmm. Slow-mo and everything.
Yeah. So that happened. Then I also tried StarFox 0.
Oof. Oof.
Because I was like, man, I wish they made a StarFox game that was like more modern. And people were like, StarFox 0 is kind of like that. And I was like, I still have my Wii U. I'll bust it out, try this out.
No, dude.
So I got it for cheap. And here's the thing. I think it's fun.
It sucks.
Except for two massive flaws. One is the characters speak through the controller, which is very annoying.
Okay.
Then in order for like to play it through stream, I have to turn the controller on and like play it like in through the mic. So they're just like, Fox, take the thing. And then Cat's looking around like, what the shit is that noise? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I got to play it through the controller. So it's like, whatever. And then the motion controls.
Motion control is the worst thing it sucks, dude. It sucks. It ruined the game for me.
So bad. It's real bad. Like, it's at one point, I'm just like doing this while like shooting and just like going up and down. Like, I don't know why they did it. I don't know why they didn't even give the option to turn it off. That would have fixed everything. Like, hey, play with it or don't. And be like, oh, that's cool. And they kind of do at one point. But then at certain points, they're like, you got to use the motion controls. And you're like, okay. And it's the worst. The controls are just so bad. You're like hovering. And you have to like hover while you're doing this, while you're like angling, and it's just they tried to be a Wii, but it's not. It's dumb.
To this day, I must stress, StarFox 64 is the definitive StarFox game. It has everything. It's perfect.
It's true.
Yeah.
Why is that? I'm so shocked we haven't gone back to that. I'm sure there's a reason.
That's what I was saying. I was like, there's surely got to be something since then. You would think they'd be like, oh, let's do something similar. And make like the exact same game, but maybe with some different planets and some like new characters or like whatever. And they're just like, nope. What if we just do some weird shit where we go see dinosaurs or where we put in motion controls and recreate the old game or just like all? And it's just like, dude, just come on. Yeah. Just it doesn't seem that difficult.
Just let us barrel roll in the modern era. You know?
Yeah.
To this day, the StarFox 64 Independence Day level is maybe one of my favorite video game levels ever. You fight the giant Independence Day ship. You have to fly in then shoot all the things like, Fox, watch out. They're on my tail. It's so much fun. And they have not done anything even remotely similar since, let alone give us an F-Zero game or any, like, there's a heyday of games that Nintendo was like, F those games. It's all Mario and Pokemon from now on. You're like,
that's like the best level. Like everyone loves that level. And then Star Fox or Star Wolf shows up and he's like, can't let you do that, Star Fox.
Yes, it's so good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the best. And they're all like,
bring them back, dude. Let me beef with Falco.
In this game, okay, Star Fox 0, I thought that was going to happen. We got to level 3. And I was like, oh, somebody's showing up. And they're like, it's Pigma. And he's like, I'm going to blast you off the map, Star Fox, or whatever. And I'm like, all right, where's everybody else? And it was just him. And that was it. I was like, where's the rest? They're not here.
Where are my boys?
That was so dumb. I hated that. Because that's the whole fun part of the level is like each character's fighting a different character. And they're like, help me, he's on my tail. You have to be like, I go fight them. But then, oh, he's on me. And you got to like do all this stuff. And it's just like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Man.
Sucks.
Yeah.
I wish
they need to make a new Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I wish they would. They have so many IPs. I wish they would actually like make games for them. They only recently started making Metroid games again, and that's fine. I'm down with that. But like, you got other IP, bring it back, baby. I'll take a remaster. I don't even need a remake or a new game. Just remaster Star Fox 64 and give it to me.
I'd play a Star Fox 64 remaster in a heartbeat.
Yeah, be great. Just the exact same stuff, just remastered.
Literally, I'd take the exact same game. And I'd be just fine. Keep the sound files, keep everything. Good luck. Like, keep it all.
Yes.
Yeah. Although you can swap the first level music with the Super Nintendo one. 'Cause the Super Nintendo first level is like, and it's like crazy.
Oh, you mean bump, 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 bump.
Yeah, that
bump,
one.
bump,
Bump.
bump, bump,
Yeah,
bump,
that
bump.
one.
Yo, that
It's so good. And then it's like,
that idiot Slippy is like, oh no, Fox, they're on my butt. And you're like, no, Slippy, get out of there. It's great. Actually,
I loved Slippy when I was a kid, and I replayed Star Fox 64 as an adult and was like, wow, he's very annoying, isn't he?
one of my favorite things in the world is watching a speedrunner, I think a GDQ, do Star Fox. It might have been 64, I think. And he was like, the best strategy here is to let all of them die. It saves you time. I was like, damn.
Dude, that's like when
Amazing.
people go back and watch SpongeBob a lot of the time. I remember people used to be like, Squidward's so dumb and boring, and now people are like, I mean, I think I understand.
so relatable. Yeah.
I get it.
Mhm.
He just wants to play his clarinet, have silence, just live. And
Yeah,
they just
well,
keep
when you're a
annoying him.
kid, you're SpongeBob. And when you're an adult, you're
Yeah.
Squidward. And when you're me,
Yeah.
you've always been Patrick. It's really
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh goodness.
So yeah, I mainly played those.
I finished my Hollow Knight replay.
Aw,
So
congratulations.
Thank you.
I've never
It
played
was
Hollow Knight.
it's fantastic if you love Metroidvanias. I mean, I think it's fantastic anyway, but I would be doing you a disservice to pretend that the game doesn't make you just wander around like you have no idea where the fuck anything is because that is the beginning of the game. I wanted to replay it because Honk Honk Silk Song. And I was thinking about Hollow Knight a lot. We talked about this last week. I was thinking about Hollow Knight a lot, and I was like, I really want to just replay it because it's my favorite game ever, but I've never started the game over from the very beginning. So I started it over. I started last week. I just finished it today. I finished at 95% out of a possible 112% with the DLC. But I'm satisfied. I did everything that I wanted to do in a replay. I did the DLC stuff that I wanted to do. I did all of the major boss fights that were important to me. Got the ending that I wanted, saw the stuff I wanted, etc. It was lovely. It was lovely for two reasons. First off, because I have such a vivid memory of playing this game the first time and being lost all the time and having no idea where to go or what to do. And it felt very empowering to replay this game and be like, okay, I think I need to go here next. Okay, and now I need to get this ability. I'm not sure where it is, but it's probably here or here. Like just everything went so much faster.
That's kind of what I did with my Banjo-Tooie replay, where you're like, oh, wait, I know this is somewhere around here. Like, oh, yeah, now I got to do it. It's like it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, even if you're not like totally sure, you're like, I know I'm going to find this faster this time, right? And the boss fights, God, the boss fights went so much quicker. It was really lovely to just go back into that world and like let myself be excited about Silk Song,
Speaking of DLC and platformers, did you go back and play the DLC for Prince of Persia?
The one that got shut down.
Yes, they released the DLC. Yeah. Did you play that?
Yes.
I love that DLC. It is like
I know.
It's straight up. So Prince of Persia, which by the way, I love that game. Very good platformer. One of the things in it is there's a character, Blue Girl. I don't know what the hell her name is. She's the Blue Girl.
Yeah.
She
tall blue.
Yeah, she vanishes halfway through the story. And if you play the normal game, you're like, oh, where the hell did she go? That was the last one I needed to beat up. Well, she's the DLC. And it's like you go into her mind palace, and it's just, oh, hey, we're going to make it 10 times harder than the original game. And it's awesome. It's so cool.
It's fun.
I cannot stress, it is a very good platformer. And from an unexpected source, didn't think Ubi could do that. And then they were like, well, we did it. Shut down the entire department. So,
Bro, I'm so upset.
yeah, that was like a genuinely good game.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yikes.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Another thing that I played, this is a demo, but I played the demo for a game called CloverPit, which is essentially, if you played Buckshot Roulette, it's the same vibe as Buckshot Roulette, except with a slot machine.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay.
So it's kind of Saw style, right? You're like dropped into a room and there's like a little wop, 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 wop dialogue box that pops up along the lines of like, here's how much money you need to make on the slots on this like cursed slot machine. Here are some items that you can get as long as you're doing well enough, that kind of a thing. And the goal of the demo is to like get a certain amount of money. And if you do, then when the full game comes out, you'll have like a specific item that can show up in your pool of items, I guess, or one of the drawers that is unlockable in the room will be unlocked when you start, whatever. It is oddly addicting. Summer showed me this game. There's something like horrifically satisfying about just trying to get as much money as possible in this sort of like yucky situation. I don't know. Anyway, if you don't get enough money, it kills you, It's that sort of a thing, but like sound design wise and the way that the slot machine runs, very satisfying. If you have an issue with gambling or slot machines, do not play this game. Fair warning, it makes it feel too fun. But it is like set in like a horror scenario,
Interesting. This game took me down the rabbit hole because, by the way, absolutely has the same vibe as Buckshot Roulette. That whole you're gambling and if you lose you die. But
everything's really grainy and kind of like gross, but not clearly gross enough.
Yeah. There's several games like that I've seen lately where it's kind of like you're in a room and it's very I feel like Inscription definitely helped push this along. The idea of like you're in a room and you have to do stuff. Yeah. But it immediately popped up on my screen, the game Out of Hands, which is a card-based kind of like, this is a game that I've wanted to play for a while, and I totally forgot. It just came out on the 21st of April, and now I'm like, I think I should go back and check this out.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know this came out. It's been on my wish list. Yeah.
Yeah, it just hit me like,
hold on now.
I love that sort of we're gonna do something really creepy. It's gonna combine various media platforms. Like this one looks like it's both real artwork and claymation and stop motion and weird. It just looks incredibly strange, and I love that kind of stuff. Did not realize it came out.
Oh my gosh, maybe I'll play that.
It does
tonight.
look pretty cool.
Yeah,
art-wise.
I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. There was one where I think we played on Scary Game Squad where it's like you're in a submarine underwater and you have to navigate trenches and stuff, but you can't see anything. And also there's weird stuff happening around you, and it's very Cthulhu-esque, and the longer you play, the more your ship becomes strange. There's another one where it's like a clay idol. I think that might be the name. And you have to determine what this weird idol is, and it's all in one short square box game. There's a lot of games like that where it's just you are in a box and you have to solve the puzzle stuff to get out, which, again, goes to Blueprints. That's just a series of boxes to solve.
Yeah.
It's like escape rooms. People like escape rooms.
I mean, that's literally Rusty Lake. All the Rusty Lake games are micro escape rooms every time. I love those things. Honestly, these are some of my favorite styles of game. Is this and now I'm also into all the Vampire Survivors games. I love those things.
Yeah, those are fun too.
It's honestly like
those
a fun
are just
genre.
So head empty,
Yeah. It's exciting to see what genres pick up and what don't. Like I know that Crendor and I the other day on Cox and Crendor were asked about MMOs, and I was like, it almost feels like MMOs are done. Just like as a genre. Even MOBAs seem to be like chugging along and maybe on the way out. But
I think they just need to cool for a while.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
I don't think they're done, but I think they just need to. I think people need to not care about them for a bit so that one can like rise up again.
Well, I think it's like RTS games. A lot of RTS games, they came out and they were bad, and then they stopped making RTS games for a while. And now we have a game like Tempest Rising, which I will shout out again. That game rocks. It feels like
I played that.
It feels like Command and Conquer. The vibe is so much fun. It is a good RTS game. And playing that, I'm like, yo, I miss RTS games.
Yeah. No, that made me miss RTS games too. So I was like, this game's great. It's but I think it's one of those things where they have to either be gone long enough to have a nostalgic comeback where people are just inspired.
Sure.
That are good at making games to be like, I'm gonna make it like they used to or whatever. Or it's just like you play one of the already established ones. Like MOBAs aren't dying, it's just everyone plays the same MOBAs. It's like you play Dota or you play League.
Right.
And that's it.
I mean, same with looter shooters or hero shooters. There's just people have their sunk cost into the thing they're involved in. Like Warcraft, a lot of people aren't going to leave Warcraft because they've spent so much time and money on it. Same with
WoW, Final Fantasy, Guild Wars,
EVE Overwatch,
Online.
Marvel Rivals, Apex Legends, all like the people that play those specific games. It's going to be harder and harder to get them to jump ship as time goes on, because rather than jump ship and starting over, they'll just not play that genre anymore. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what Riot does, because Riot's like, we're making fighting games, and we might make an MMO, and we're going to do this and this. And I mean, they have the money to do it, but I'm curious what is going to come out of there other than League, because League's great, and League will continue to make them a ton of money, but it's, you can only do so much with an however many year old MOBA that is.
Plus, it's I think the MOBA genre and the MMORPG genre, like they don't really innovate anymore. So again, it's like there's no innovation. It's like phones. Phones every year used to be like, wow, now my phone can do this. Now my phone can do it. And now it's just like it's the same, kind of faster.
It does the same stuff, but we say it's faster.
Yeah. And then they're like, but now your phone it's got more AI. And I'm like, well, now I don't want it. I'll just keep my old phone.
Yeah, it's about innovation and doing things unique and different. And I think a lot of people are scared to do that, especially big companies, which is why you see a lot of people gravitating to indies right now. They're like, damn, who knew, for Expedition 33, like who knew a team of 30 could do this? Like everyone knew that. Like if you're passionate about what you're making and you are invested in the outcome of the product, of course a team of 30 could do what a team of 200, 400 could do. Like, it's not math. It's pretty simple. It's just that a lot of the bigger companies are scared. They're terrified because they're going to be like, we're investing $250 million. We need to know we'll make $500 million. That's how it works. And it sucks.
Yeah.
Isn't there that one MMO like Ashes of Creation? Been trying to happen for forever.
I think so. Also, there's the Dune MMO that I think is coming along as well.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the Dune Awakening, I think.
I think that already came out, didn't it?
Maybe early access, but I don't think it's officially dropped.
Oh yeah, I guess June 5th. I don't think, is that an MMO or is that, I thought that's like a survival game.
Dune Awakening is not an MMO. It's a survival game. My bad. Yeah. My bad. See, that's how little I know about it. Probably because it's a survival game, and I do not like survival games. So the minute I probably heard that, I was like, I no longer care. Even though I like Dune, and I like the idea of being on Arrakis and having like cool Dune adventures, I don't want to survival anywhere. I'm having a hard enough time surviving my own life. I don't need to do it on an island with, dinosaurs. I'm fine.
Sure.
That's all Sam plays half the time. It's just
he loves that game. Shit. He loves that. Yeah.
He's just he gets so invested and like he's just lost in the survival game. Like he's in there quite literally.
Yeah, it becomes his real life. Yeah.
Yeah, he's hooked in.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna say like I couldn't do it, but I love watching other people do it.
Me too.
Yeah. Like I hate him. I don't like it, but watching the clips are some of my favorite things because it's very clear that much like real life, it's boring as hell until something absolutely goes insane, and then it's the craziest thing you've seen for exactly 12 minutes. And you're like, wow, that was amazing.
A lot of the time, the role play and the interactions in those games is what really makes it.
Yeah. I think that's true.
Yeah.
What do we got for news today, Jessup?
Well. First off, I must stress, I finally got Disney Plus again just so I could watch Andor. And absolutely worth the $15. Andor is the best show on TV. It's so good. It's upsetting how good it is, and I must stress. It's the only good Star Wars at the moment, and it's just fantastic writing and fantastic story, and everything's great about it. Anyway, speaking of Disney, this past week we saw Thunderbolts get a release, which honestly, again, might be my new favorite MCU movie in a long time. The reason why is very simple. It's an actual movie. And it isn't just a series of events that we're supposed to understand because we watched a bunch of Disney Plus shows. Captain America, New World Order. I'm looking at you. It actually is like pretty damn good. And I was very impressed. Florence Pugh, of course, putting Marvel on her back and carrying the shit out of it. So good on her. Speaking of movie franchises, the VR game Alien Rogue Incursion is actually jumping off of VR because I assume VR, while fun, is super niche and expensive and hard for people to play. It's coming to PS5 and Steam, which is great. On September 30th is what we'll get. So very, very excited for that. I really wanted to play it on VR, but like VR translated into stream and or video never looks good, ever. It just doesn't. So I'm very excited to see.
It's just a big process, too.
Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass. Also, speaking of cinematic quality, this week we got a visually impressive trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. People have been dissecting every aspect of it. I love watching videos where they're like, look at how the bubbles form in the beer and the liquid physics and like this guy's muscles and how when he moves a certain way, the muscle. You can tell people are very hype if they're looking at like the muscles on a guy, which is a whole thing.
Nobody's going to notice that shit once they're playing it.
Right. But I think because they have nothing right now, they're just like honing in on little things. Yeah. Frankly, love it. All the footage was apparently captured on PS5, according to the devs. I'm not sure what the frame rate will be on any of that, but graphically looked very cool. And I'm sure on PC it will look even better. My big question is, are they going to drop Grand Theft Auto 6 online immediate? Like, how much have they learned from the bajillions of dollars they make every month on GTA 5 online? How much is that translating over?
They'll drop it right away.
What now?
They'll drop it right away. 100%.
Yeah, I wonder.
They'll drop it. They'll be like, buy the $100 version, which is the normal version, or buy the $150 version and get like a big box of credits for your online shit. Like, that's a guarantee.
Yeah. I'm very curious, but honestly, I feel like for all the people who are like, man, I wish I could be part of GTA RP or whatever, like, that's probably the time to start. Everyone will be new and fresh. You won't have people who think they're hot shit because they have like $80,000 million cars or whatever. It'll be a whole thing. But I don't know when that will come out. However, very excited for the new GTA. It'll be a hell of an experience, I'm sure. Sony announced a new studio is working on their next big project. It's called Team LFG. It has ex-Bungie, ex-Fortnite, ex-League of Legends, ex-Halo, and ex-Roblox devs involved. Obviously, because it's looking for group, I assume it's going to be some sort of cool online game. In fact, they said the first game they're working on is a team-based action game that draws inspiration from fighting games, platformers, MOBAs, life sims, and frog-type games.
Okay.
So everything.
Frog types.
Frog types. I don't know what any of that means.
Frog types.
But that's what we're getting from them. And I'm very, very curious about that. Then in Netflix in news, I'm sure a lot of people have seen the new season of Black Mirror came out, and I even did a brand deal for them, which was awesome. There's a game associated with one of the episodes that's made by Night School, one of my favorite studios. And basically, that episode is a wacky, fun connection to a previous Black Mirror special called Bandersnatch, which was an interactive FMV style game they did.
I remember Bandersnatch.
Yeah, from like 2018. Anyway, that 2018 movie is being removed from Netflix. Let me just state this again. They released an episode last month related to and connected to that movie, which they are now this month, May 12th, removing.
Why?
Because they decided that they didn't want any more interactive stuff, and this was the last interactive. This and I think a Kimmy Schmidt interactive thing are the only two interactive things left. Everything else has been removed. All 20 interactive videos have been removed.
Is it like really intensive to just leave it there?
They said that it doesn't go with what they want Netflix to be now, which is like, I don't think they even know what they want Netflix to be, but it's so stupid. So they're removing a thing that they literally just released. Like, the whole point of the new Black Mirror episode and game is the guy who made Bandersnatch made a new thing as well. And that new thing is absolutely equally insane. Except now they're like, nah, we're going to remove Bandersnatch. I don't I don't know what they're thinking. I think it's crazy that they're going to remove something that is referenced by a new thing. It's almost like Destiny 2 when Destiny 2 is like, we're removing all the old content. So if we reference a thing, you'll not get to play it, dum-dums. I never have understood this. I just don't get it. Later, they could re-add it. I guess a bunch of things that they've taken off, they've re-edited and put back out as just a movie. It's weird, though, because Bandersnatch won 2 Emmys. So you have to wonder why they would remove an award-winning thing, but whatever, especially considering Black Mirror is a thing that they have under, like, that's the Black Mirror place. I don't know.
Right. It's theirs.
It's so weird. Also, in weird but potentially awesome rumors, Tyler McVicker, a dude who does like YouTube videos and stuff, who has a history of inside Valve information, made a video that you can watch. It is the video is called "Ask Me Anything." HLX/HL3 discussion. It's like just a VOD of him talking. But basically, Half-Life 3 is apparently playable from beginning to end to end. And we might get an announcement later this year. Now, do I believe this? No, not even remotely. I'd have to see physical Half-Life 3 to even buy into it.
Yeah, same.
But word on the street is people are like, no, this is real, dude. We'll see. We'll see. But apparently it's not VR and it's just a normal game. And I guess we'll all find out together. I don't know. And then finally,
is that the news? I got brunch.
You got brunch?
I said, is that the news? I got to go to brunch.
Oh my God. All right. Here are the game releases. Really quickly. The Midnight Walk is a first person kind of claymation style horror game. Looks like Nightmare Before Christmas, but violent. Love it. Looks very cool. Revenge of the Savage Planet came out. It's the sequel to the very funny Journey to the Savage Planet. If you haven't played these games, it's hilarious. Like one of the funniest survival games out there. Big fan. Check out Revenge of the Savage Planet. Also, speaking of sequels, a new Yes Your Grace Snowfall came out. The sequel to the very cool kingdom management game Yes Your Grace. If you haven't played the first one, give it a shot. But maybe just play Snowfall. I don't know. It's very cool. You have to save your kingdom and your family. It's pretty neat. Also, Little Kitty, Big City, a Dodger game. You're a lost cat in a city trying to make your way home, and then you just are a complete menace the entire time. It is purely and completely a Dodger game. And finally, a game that has been in the works since the mid-2000s has been released. Captain Blood. Imagine God of War, but you're a pirate, but not modern God of War. I'm talking like God of War 3 God of War.
Yeah.
And it looks like a throwback to the most jankness that ever was. And I kind of want to play it. I kind of want to play this game badly.
They were so smart because they jumped on everybody being excited about GTA 6. And we're like, I know everybody's really excited about GTA 6, but check that Captain Blood.
Yep.
Like, so silly.
Captain Blood. And that is it. That's the news. That's the stuff.
That's the news. That's the stuff. Let's get Crendor to his brunch. Goodness gracious. Crendor, what have you got going on this week, buddy?
I got what I always got. Old Twitch TV Crendor, YouTube Crendor. I'm making pointless top 10s. I'm streaming literally just anything I want to stream. It's a good time. Also, youtube.com/Cox Crendor podcast.
Hell yeah. Jessup, what have you got going on this week?
Yo, more Scary Game Squad coming this week. Also, Wednesday, I think I'll probably have a video about FBC Firebreak. So get ready for that if you're curious about the newest Remedy game. And that's it.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I'm Dodger. I just finished up Hollow Knight. I'm going to be starting Darkest Dungeon Black Reliquary next week, which is like a huge mod overhaul of Darkest Dungeon that I never played when it came out. So I'm going to give that a crack. But hey, if you enjoyed Geekenders and you'd like to see more of it, you can find all of our VODs at youtube.com/Jesse Cox. We're here every Friday live, and we're on all of the podcast episodes.
Numerous Crendor episodes you go listen to.
There have been so many Crendor episodes. If this felt like your vibe.
I'm going to make this episode, I'm going to title this Pope Crendor the First.
Yeah, in
I
fact,
like
I'm
it.
getting the
Episode
Pope
title.
for brunch.
Yeah.
That's who I'm getting brunch with, is the Pope.
The Pope Bob?
He was,
Nice.
he really
Bob.
wanted to meet up. That's why.
Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. Have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, scream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.